All right, thanks, guys. We went 3-2 in our 5 premium sports picks on BrockPage.com yesterday. We're also 5-1 in our last 6 college football tier package picks on that very same website. We currently have over 940 members who are signed up and active on that page. And if you want to see which one of these free YouTube picks on my channel that I'm actually betting on personally, there's only one way to do that, and that's to sign up for a membership on my website at BrockPage.com. The Islanders take on the Predators, 1:30 p.m. Eastern start time. New York's minus $1.15, totals 5.5. Ilya Sorokin for the Isles, UC Saros for Nashville. Saros is just 2-4 thus far in the season, and the Preds are in the bottom 10 in third period goals allowed at home. Meanwhile, offensively, the Preds are averaging only 2.2 goals a game at the Bridgestone Arena. They're taking on an Islanders club who won 3 out of their last 4 contests. The Isles are giving up only 2.5 goals a game. They're also in the top 10 in fewest third-period goals allowed. Ilya Sorokin's got a .233 goals against average and a .933 save percentage. When it comes to the injury report, Parise and Pelech, they're both listed as questionable for New York. And when it comes to the total on this one, 4 out of New York's last 6 fell under the line. Meanwhile, the Predators are 4-1 to the under at home this year. I'm going to lean toward New York, minus $1.15, and the under 5.5. Next game, Canadiens, Kings, 4 o'clock East. LA's minus 120, totals 5.5. Cal Peterson for the Kings, Jake Allen for Montreal. Allen's got a 2.60 goals against average and a .913 save percentage. The Canadiens are in the top 10 in fewest third-period goals allowed on the road. Defenseman Sami Niku's a +3 when he's on the ice. They're taking on a Los Angeles squad who lost their last 6 straight, and they're in the bottom 10 in goals allowed per game. Cal Peterson's 1-2 with a .371 goals against average and an .885 save percentage. Now, total-wise, 2 out of LA's last 3 home games fell under the number, 71% to the under for the whole season. Meanwhile, Montreal saw 5 out of their last 8 stay under the number themselves. I'm going to lean toward Montreal plus $1 and the under 5.5. Next game, Red Wings, Maple Leafs, 7 o'clock Eastern puck drop. Toronto's minus 300, total 6. Peter Mrazek for the Leafs, Thomas Greiss for Detroit. Now, Greiss is 3-1 on the year with a .256 goals against average and a .917 save percentage. The Red Wings are one of the better puck line teams in the NHL right now, 6-2 against a number through 8 contests. The Red Wings are also in the top 10 in second period scoring. Tyler Bertuzzi's got 6 goals on the year, +7 when he's on the ice. Meanwhile, Raymond and Larkin each have 8 points apiece as well. They're taking on a Toronto team who lost 4 out of their last 5 and ranks in the bottom 5 in the league in scoring on average per contest. Meanwhile, defensively, Toronto's in the bottom 5 in second period goals allowed. Peter Mrazek's got a .450 goals against average, .885 save percentage. Now, total-wise, 3 out of Toronto's last 4 home games fell under the number, 6-2 to the under for the entire season. Meanwhile, the Red Wings saw 5 out of their last 8 fall under the total themselves. I'm going to lean toward Detroit plus 1.5 and the under 6. Next game, Devils, Penguins, 7 o'clock Eastern start time. Pittsburgh's minus 170, total 6. Tristan Jarry for the Pens, Scotty Wedgwood for New Jersey. Scotty's 0-2 with a .346 goals against average, .878 save percentage. The Devils have lost 2 out of their last 3, and they rank in the bottom 3 in first period goals allowed. They're taking on a Penguins team who's in the top 10 in scoring on average per game, and they also rip 35 shots on goal per contest. O'Connor, Rodriguez, and Heinen, they all have 3 goals apiece, 5 total points for all those guys as well. The Pens are in the top 5 in second period scoring. Now, defensively, Pittsburgh's in the top 10 in fewest first period goals allowed. Tristan Jarry's 3-1 with a .178 goals against average, .933 save percentage. Sidney Crosby has also been upgraded to probable for today's contest. Jeff Carter upgraded to questionable as well. Now, total-wise, 5 out of these teams' last 9 meetings fell under the posted number. Meanwhile, New Jersey saw 3 out of their last 5 fall under the line themselves. I'm going to lead toward Pittsburgh minus 170 in the under 6. Next game, Jets, Sharks, 7 o'clock Eastern puck drop. Both teams are minus $1.10, total 6 flat. Connor Hellebuck for the Jets, Aiden Hill for San Jose. Hill comes into this contest with an .893 save percentage. The Sharks are on a 3-game losing streak, and they scored just 4 total goals during that span. San Jose's averaging only 2.8 goals per contest, and they rank dead last in first period scoring at home. They're taking on a red-hot Winnipeg team who won their last 4 straight themselves. The Jets are in the top 10 in scoring on average per contest. Kyle Connor's third in the league with 13 total points, 6 goals, 7 assists for the left winger. Meanwhile, Pierre-Luc Dubois has 6 goals on the season himself. When it comes to the scoring in this one, Winnipeg 71% to the over for the entire season. 3-2 to the over in their contest away from home. I'm going to lean toward Winnipeg minus $1.10 in the over 6. Next game, Panthers, Bruins, 7 o'clock Eastern start time. Boston is minus 130, number 6. Linus Ullmark for the Bruins, Spencer Knight for Florida. Knights 2-0 on the season, 200 goals against average, .923 save percentage. The undefeated Panthers allow only 1.6 goals a game when they travel. Meanwhile, offensively, Florida's in the top 5 in scoring on average per game. Jonathan Huberdeau's got 10 points thus far in the season. Alex Barkov with 9. Now they're taking on a Bruins squad who lost their last 2 straight. And they also score only 2.5 goals a game. Now Boston's also in the bottom 5 in third period scoring as well. And when it comes to the total in this one, 4 out of Boston's last 6 stayed under the number. Meanwhile, the Panthers are 3-0 to the under when traveling. I'm going to lean toward the Florida Panthers plus $1.10 in the under 6. Next contest, Blackhawks, Blues, 8 o'clock East. St. Louis is minus 210, total 6. Jordan Binnington for St. Louis, Marc-Andre Fleury for Chicago. Fleury's 0-4 in the year, 574 goals against average, .839 save percentage. The winless Blackhawks have failed to cash in on the puck line in 6 out of their last 8. They also give up more goals per contest on the road than any other team in the league. They're taking on a Blues team who leads the NHL in scoring on average per game. Jordan Kyrou's got 9 points on the year, plus 6 when he's on the ice. Meanwhile, David Perron leads the club in goals with 6 of them. Now, defensively, St. Louis allows only 2.3 goals a game on their home ice. Jordan Binnington's 4-1 on the year with a .916 save percentage. Now, total-wise, 2 out of St. Louis's last 3 home games got over the line. 4-2 to the over for the entire season. Meanwhile, Chicago on the other side, they are 4-0 to the over on the road this year themselves. I'm going to go ahead and lean toward St. Louis minus 1.5 in the over 6. Next contest here, Wild versus the Avalanche, 9 o'clock Eastern puck drop. Colorado's minus 160, total 6. Darcy Kemper for the Avalanche, Cam Talbot for Minnesota. Talbot's 5-1 in the year, 247 goals against average, .914 save percentage. Minnesota allows only 2.2 goals a game on the road, and they're also giving up only 29 shots on goal per contest. Meanwhile, offensively, Minnesota's in the top 3 in offensive shots on goal per game. They're taking on a Colorado team who lost 4 out of their last 6. The Avs are also in the bottom 3 in goals allowed. Darcy Kemper's got a .318 goals against average, .893 save percentage. When it comes to the injury report, Rantanen's out, Girard is questionable. Meanwhile, for the Wild, Zuccarello's out, Goligoski and Kulikov are questionable. Now, total-wise, 3 out of Minnesota's last 5 got over the line. Meanwhile, Colorado's 71% to the over for the entire season. I'm going to lean toward Minnesota plus 1.5 in the over 6. Next matchup, Flyers, Flames, 10 o'clock Eastern start time. Calgary's minus 150, total 6. Jacob Markstrom for the Flames, Carter Hart for Philadelphia. Hart's 2-1 through 3 starts, 273 goals against average, 915 save percentage. Philadelphia is in the top 10 in road goals allowed. Meanwhile, offensively, the Flyers are in the top 5 in scoring on average per contest. Cam Atkinson scored 6 goals already on the season. He's tied with Joel Farabee for the league lead in plus-minus. Both players are +9. They're taking on a Calgary team who's in the bottom 5 in the league in second period scoring. When it comes to the total in this one, 3 out of Calgary's last 4 contests got over the number. Meanwhile, 4 out of Philly's last 6 got over the total themselves. I'm going to lean toward the Flyers +1.5 in the over 6. With that, guys, we're going to jump into our next and final matchup. It is going to be Oilers versus the Canucks, 10 o'clock Eastern start. Edmonton's minus 145, total 6.5. Mike Smith for the Oilers, Thatcher Demko for Vancouver. The Canucks are on a 2-game losing streak, 2-4 straight up in their last 6. Vancouver's averaging only 1.5 goals per contest on their home ice. They're also in the bottom 3 in offensive shots on goal at home. They're taking on an Edmonton squad who's amongst the league leaders in scoring on average per game. Connor McDavid leads the NHL in points with 15 of them. The center's also got 7 goals and 8 assists thus far in the year. Meanwhile, Leon Draisaitl's got 12 points thus far in the year himself. Now, defensively, Edmonton's also in the top 5 in fewest road goals allowed. Mike Smith is 2-0 on the season, .920 save percentage for the veteran. When it comes to the total in this one, Vancouver's 2-0 to the under at home, 6-2 to the under for the whole year. I'm going to lean toward Edmonton minus 145 and the under 6.5. And with that, guys, now it's time for our quick pick recap. Powered to you by my website at brockpage.com, where we are 5-1 in our last 6 college football tier package picks. I like the Islanders minus $1.15, under 5.5. Montreal plus $1, under 5.5. Detroit plus 1.5, under 6 goals. Pittsburgh minus 170, under 6. Winnipeg minus $1.10, over 6 goals. Florida plus $1.10, under 6. St. Louis minus 1.5, over 6 goals. Minnesota plus 1.5, over 6. Philadelphia plus 1.5, over 6 goals. Before I give you my next and final free pick for the video, one final reminder that we are 5-1 in our last 6 college football tier package picks on brockpage.com. I'm going to lean toward Edmonton minus 145 and the under 6.5. And with that, guys, now it's time for our shout out of the day. And that's going to go to Mike Wilkerson, who said earlier this morning, Brockster, let's get it. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on brockpage.com. Now, if you guys do end up getting a membership here today on that website, just keep in mind, you're going to get billed the day you sign up and then the first of every month following that. So if you do end up getting a membership on brockpage.com, just keep in mind that you are going to get access to that content through the end of October, but that's only 2 days, right? It's the 30th, so it's only 2 days. So I always tell folks in every single video that I do, the earlier in the month you sign up for a membership on brockpage.com, the better. The earlier in the month you sign up, the better. But most importantly, guys, gotta thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. I really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. And with that said, guys, happy Saturday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at brockpage.com.